We did have some people come down for closeout week. I want to pick on a couple of them. So Malik, can you tell us what closeout? Can you unmute and tell us what week means to you for our newbies that are on this call?
I would just say the fellowship. Like I really appreciate you, like I said before, as far as um, talking about the personality test. I found out I'm aware for so many years I thought it was, but just empowering people. I actually felt getting the training, working a lot alongside Brandon, getting away. Um, we see each other so much on Zoom. Sometimes it's better just to see each other face to face.
Mhm.
And just it's easy to give you a compliment when you are definitely the same person you see on Zoom than you are in person. The same thing, getting to know Kendall. I joke with him and say, yeah, yeah, you're a lot nicer in person. He's like, man, I'm the same guy I am. I was like, nah, just kind of just, Corinne and getting advice from her and getting coaching. It's nothing like being with people and seeing Corey and just, seeing Jason and seeing Leslie and just seeing everybody. It's great.
Awesome. Thank you, Malik.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
it's
it.
always so. I really just always like to make sure that we push it. And the reason why I'm taking the time to kind of go back through this is because we have a very important closeout week coming this month. It's in a couple of weeks, the end of June. We have some other things going on. At the end of that week on Saturday, we're having our Customer Appreciation Day. And so we're going to have the office is going to be like wide open. We're going to have balloons. We're going to have tables set up, tent set up outside. I've rented a bounce house like for the kids. And we've invited all our clients in the 757 to come out and let people know, let the community know. Listen, this is the place where you want to make sure that your family is protected, number one. And number two, where you can create a financial legacy for yourself here and now and in the future. And so make sure that this time for closeout week that you stay through Saturday, okay? Because we have all those festivities taking place right at the office, and it's going to be just an amazing end to a phenomenal week yet again that we have. So if you're close in the area, even if you're 3, 4 hours away, I would suggest 6 hours away. I don't care. You need to be here, okay? If you're in North Carolina, Maryland, like any of the surrounding states, Washington D.C., whatever, you can get here. The train, we got a train station right down the street. Like you can get here and be here because being again in the atmosphere, and I'm so glad you said that, Malik. Something about being face to face. It's something about being in person. It's something about getting a hug or shaking that person's hand that you've been seeing on Zoom this whole time. That now you're like, wait a minute, this is a real person. Oh my God, they're really cool. Yeah, we are. And we work hard and we play harder. So that's what's going on the end of this month. I also wanted to call a couple of my agents up who went to our Ignyte conference um, this past week as well. At Jacqueline, I see you. I don't see PJ. Let me spotlight you. So, Ignyte Conference is a conference that takes place. We have it twice a year, and it's kind of like, well, here's Patrick, here's PJ. I didn't see you, brother. I'm gonna add you. There we go. All right. So this conference takes place twice a year. Okay. Usually they have it one time on the West Coast and another time on the East Coast. So my West Coast agents went to this past one. It was just a few days ago. And what it is, it's not our big conference. It's more of like a regional conference, right? We still have the stage. We still have speakers come up and present. And we have Hall of Famers that are there. And so we have the carriers that are, oh my God, the carriers are all outside. And so I want to talk to these two lovely agents, Jacqueline and Patrick. We call him PJ. They attended Ignyte. So we're going to tag team. Let's talk about Ignyte. All right. So Jacqueline, you're the closest. You were there, boots on the ground. You already told me you were like, oh, but Ignyte is the same time as closeout week because she's from Virginia and she moved to California to be with her parents. And so she's still out there. She's moved there now. But I met Jacqueline years ago. It's so funny. And then we would always bump into each other. It was so crazy. So it was only befitting that she would join us here and be on my team. And she just has such a positive attitude and just super professional too. But tell us about Ignyte, Jacqueline. Tell us about your experience and our new agents, as well as some existing agents who haven't been to a while, can expect and what you get out of going to a conference. Why it's so important.
Thank you for that. Guys, oh, it was amazing. It was just amazing. It was, I would call it an excellent energy booster. They just, the training was phenomenal. I captured 8 videos. It was so good. And just the titles of the training, let me just give you an indication. The training titles were, let's see, hold on. You know, one call close inbound leads, one call close IUL, one call close final expense, how to take control on the phone, dialing discipline, tips and structure, how to find your client's why, how FFL will hit $1 billion this year, why the life insurance industry, and then a special promo that they had for us that was pretty exciting about integrity. So it was just amazing, amazing. And being at FFL for several years, I only can expect it to be amazing. But that was great the first day, and then we had a second day of something else. And that was and I'll
Nice.
let PJ, why don't you speak to integrity, and then I'll tell you about the other day, the next day.
As a new agent, it definitely was a humbling experience. There were lots of people there that are producing at a very high level. Um, Especially seeing Sean Mike on the stage in action, and uh, he does not play around. That guy did not play around. He ripped into those carrier representatives live on stage, and he said,
Mhm.
"This is the line here," and it goes from soft all the way to number one. And you see they're in line like this intentionally, and he would just go in on each and every one of them and let them kind of not just introduce themselves, but tell us how they're here to serve us as well. Apparently Transamerica and Americo are getting kind of like
Yeah.
this. So, that was kind of cool to just watch their little bit of drama. But so educational, just like Jacqueline was saying, there were so many different little seminars that range from being a day one employee to scaling your business to do 100 million a year. It was very, very overwhelming, but edifying at the same time. It's kind of like information by fire hose. That's what you call it in nursing school.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Um, yeah.
I'm really happy that you mentioned about Transamerica and Americo. So in the boot camp, we talked about our order of operations, right? Everybody remember that? And so I said, hey, Americo, yeah, was number one. We always go to Americo first for whether it's whole life, term life, IULs. We want to lead with Americo. But I also said in training, I said, but Transamerica, they got a lot of things coming down the pipeline. They are gunning to get in that number one spot. And yes, as you see a lot of memes around here, there's this whole meme going on. It's Christian based. It said, God don't play about me. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: Sean don't play about us. Okay. Sean does not play about us when it comes to these carriers. He is on it. Why? Because we are the ones that are out selling. We are entrusting our clients and our clients' family with these carriers. So he maintains a very high standard of excellence for these carriers and for us as agents. So yeah, he don't play, and he's going to put them right there on Front Street, right at in the conference. It's like, ooh, but they step up their game and it makes them do good for us. So are we mad about that? No, not at all. So what else did you want to add, Jacqueline?
Oh, the lock-in. So we went
Yeah.
to Steve Giordano's lock-in, and everyone knows, I think, that he's the highest earner of FFL for all time. And his team was there, and we were part of that. It was phenomenal. And I think, and I'll let PJ explain why he enjoyed it so much.
So before PJ talks, let me just
Okay.
talk about what a lock-in is, because we got
Okay,
a lot of new agents up
please,
here.
please,
So
please.
a lock-in is where agents come together and they are typically in a house setting I've been to one lock-in that's been at a hotel conference room, but all the other lock-ins I've been to, they're in a huge house, all right? A huge Airbnb house. And everybody is spread out, everybody's dialing. They may have people come to the front of the room and train. And one of the good things, and I hope you experience this at your lock-in, they will have a tracking board. Typically on the screen or monitor to track all the sales and everything. I'm not sure if they had it at this
Not this
lock-in.
time. Not this time.
Okay. But usually they will have it so that people that close sales during that lock-in, they'll have it literally on a monitor, like on the TV, broadcasted to say, hey, these are the accomplishments coming out of or in the lock-in. And so it is not like a conference, right? It's very cozy, very informal, but also very like I said, cozy, comfortable. And when I say you really learn and you really build relationships with people you never expected that you would ever even talk to, the lock-in allows you that super, super closeness that you can literally pull up to Trey Honeycutt, Jesse Stam, you can, Dominique Rogers. Like you're literally sitting with these people who have lots and lots of videos, and they're like, "Okay, Dial, let me help you. I'll help you close that sale. This is what you want to say." Like they're right there. And so, Patrick, tell us about your experience with the lock-in.
So with the lock-in, honestly, I was kind of not really blown away. I don't even know how to explain it. There's like too many different feelings. I was humbled, seriously intimidated for real, but super encouraged at the same time. I mean, I sat there and watched Steve dialing, and it's nothing special. It's nothing special, but he's smooth. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's in control of the conversation the whole time. Um, and he basically does what we do. He has a dialer, but he'll hand dial in the middle of appointments. Like he'll do it all. He has people helping him get everything set up. He's doing stuff on his own. He's using AI in the background. I mean, he's utilizing tools out there that are being given to everyone. You just have to know what you want and look for it. I mean, a lot of these CRMs now are like working to make things better. So we just have to take this technology, invest in ourselves, and let the results happen. If there's things that I really took from both the conference and the lock-in is consistency. You have to be consistent. And Crystal has said this since I met her. So I know it's true. Sometimes you just kind of like have to get smacked in the face with it. You have to keep going. If you get a yes, beautiful, keep going. If you get a no, guess what? On to the next one. I'm not interested. I don't even remember filling this out. Perfect, beautiful. Let's keep rolling forward. You can't give up. You can't stop in your tracks. And I'm saying this from experience because I will put myself on blast right now. I am terribly inconsistent at the moment, but something I took from Miss Jacqueline over here when we went to this conference. I don't suck at things, right? I'm getting better.
That's right.
I'm
That's right.
getting better. May not be
Because
where I'm going to
that's
be,
what we
but
have
I'm
to
getting
tell
better.
ourselves, right? And we
Right,
learned that in the morning mindset.
right,
What you tell
right.
yourself, the body's going to react. So
Absolutely.
thank you both
Yeah.
so much for sharing your experience. And I just want to echo a couple of things that he said. Number one, PJ is new. He's a new agent. He's new. He's fresh out the pan. Okay. And he's like, man, I'm overwhelmed. But it's a good overwhelming. It's like you're anticipating going to Disneyland, and once you finally meet Mickey, you're like, I don't know what to say, but I'm excited to be here. That, that's that feeling. And so I appreciate the newness. All agents that are brand new up here, yes, it's real. You can touch it, you can feel it, and you get those jittery feelings. But the second thing that he said is, and if those of y'all who don't know Steve, I'm assuming Steve Giordano, I can never
Giordano.
say his last name.
Giordano.
Perfect. He is the number one agent in all of FFL. Number one of all of FFL. And what did he say? He had challenges. He uses the technology. He dials. It's the same thing that we do, guys. So from the number one guy, and he's been number one for like 3 years running, I think, 3 or 4 years
Eight.
running.
Eight.
8 years
Eight.
running. Oh my.
Eight.
Okay. That's not
Yeah,
really
it
true,
is.
but
That's not
okay.
right.
Right.
That's not
No,
true.
that's not true.
No, that's not
Oh, it
true.
isn't?
No, it's
No.
not. We've had
Yeah,
other
let me
agents
say
that were
it's a
number one
lot.
that they're just not here anymore, but that's okay. But it's
Oh,
been about
okay.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. I'll give him his flowers, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's number one, okay? From the number one guy all the way down to a brand new agent, it's the same. So, team, just know that the playing field, thank y'all. The playing field is level for you all here. You have the opportunity to do everybody here has opportunity, myself included, to be number one. It can be done. Just stay consistent, follow the system, and maintain that positive mental attitude to keep you pressing forward each and every day. You're going to have hard days. You're going to have some super great days. You're going to have some days that you feel like you're the man. Like, stuff on sneak, I'm killing them today. And then the next day is like, take my dang on phone, what's going on? Right? So it does happen in this business, but the more prepared you are for it, going to boot camp, going to training, attending your calls, okay? These are the things that are the building blocks to success to help you be set up successfully. Okay. So by now, you all, thank you, JM. Thank you. I received that. I am next. Thank you. But by now, you have heard our fearless leader. You heard his voice. Okay. He is, I don't know where he is. He's here somewhere, I guess, but he's going to come on and say a few words. He just cannot stay away. So we're going to bring Kendall on. So everyone, I'm going to go ahead on and pass the mic to our leader, Mr. Invincible himself, Kendall Clark. Kendall, take it away.
What's good, dog? Can y'all hear me? First of all, I want to say, congratulations to PJ. PJ lives here in Virginia. He flew to Ignite to experience that, which is great. So you got to go to one of those events. The next Ignite is going to be in Florida in September at West Palm. For those on the East Coast, you want to plug into that. We want to pack the house because the information you get would explode your business.
Hey,
But
I'm
the
sorry,
reason,
Kendall. There was something on the monitor at Ignite. It said
uh
September 10th in Fort Lauderdale.
oh, Fort Lauderdale, that's even
Lauder,
better.
yeah, Fort
That's
Lauderdale.
that's even better.
Awesome.
Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah, we'll make sure
that's
that we get the flyers out for that. So
that's even
thank you,
better.
Jacqueline.
I like Fort Lauderdale better anyway. So it would be September in Fort Lauderdale. But I just wanted to share with you guys, um, how many of us ever had challenges that made you just kind of want to give up? Now, listen, I want y'all to put in the chat. You need to get on right now and hear what's about to be dropped on us for the next 20 minutes. So we've all had challenges that make you just kind of want to give up, like just throw your hands up. So some of y'all know my daughter flew to Portugal last Sunday, and I left Monday for Portugal. Gonna be a great trip, great experience. So let me talk to you about challenges. So I left here Monday at 5. My flight was at 5 to fly to JFK. Now, I was supposed to catch a flight from JFK at 8 o'clock, fly overnight to get to Portugal at 8 a.m. Well, we sat on the runway and we sat and we sat. So guess what happens? When I get to my gate for Portugal, they've already closed the doors. They've closed the doors. There's no more flights going to Portugal tonight. I'm like, what? I already got my hotel set up for, when we get there. And I'm like, okay, where can you fly us to? So they flew me to the Netherlands. I went to Amsterdam. I said, well, I get another trip out of it. Go to Amsterdam. So while I'm in Amsterdam, you get there at 10:30 a.m. because we fly overnight. And Amsterdam is 6 hours ahead. Portugal's 5 hours ahead. So, you know, I knew I wasn't gonna be on those Zooms tonight because I'm 5 and 6 hours ahead of y'all. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, we don't leave Amsterdam till 9. So 10:30 to 9. So basically the whole day in Amsterdam. Go to Amsterdam Central, go have breakfast. If you've never been international, how many people been international? Give me a thumbs up. Like I'm talking about Europe international. I'm talking about you been there, you walked on the ground, you ate food there, international. Now, one thing about international, the food is much better. It's way more healthy. I walked 25 miles in 4 days. You don't see people overweight. The wine tastes better. We'll get to that. But so leaving Amsterdam, we went Amsterdam Central, walked around. Amsterdam's not the cleanest place from where we were. It was kind of dirty. And they got graffiti like crazy everywhere. So we're gonna keep talking about challenges. So we fly from Amsterdam to Portugal. Well, the flight didn't leave at 9 like it was supposed to. It didn't leave till like 11. So when we get to Portugal, it is like 1:30. So how many of y'all know what happens at 1:30 with your hotel? It got canceled. And on top of that, the bags went out in Portugal. They said they hadn't made the flight. They'll be there in the morning. Here it is 1:30. The car rental place is closed. I'm in the airport. No hotel. And my hotel's 3 hours away. So I'm gonna call Uber, get around an Uber. First we do both because it's a little cheaper. It's 280 for one way. The guy gets there and says, "Oh, this is too far for me to travel. I might have to go charge my car. Can you pay a little $200 more?" I was like, let's call it Uber. Uber's $400 one way. But I ain't got a hotel, y'all. So now it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. And I had this look of defeat on my face, like, I don't know what to do. I said, my girls, I said, look, I just need time to kind of figure this out. I was defeated. I was defeated. No luggage, no hotel, no car rental. It's 3 a.m. going on 4. So she gets on the phone with Enterprise. They got a rental set up for me at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. the next morning. We at the airport. We wound up sleeping in the airport in Portugal. You talking about challenges? No luggage. Hotel got canceled. Car rentals at 7 a.m. Wound up getting back on the phone with Hilton, rebooked the hotel, got that straight. So the luggage gonna be there. So we get the car at 7 a.m. The luggage gonna be there at 8. Guess what happened at 8? Your luggage is still at JFK. It won't get there till Friday. I'm like, what? It's now Wednesday. How many of y'all right there would have quit? How many of you would have had the money to be able to keep going? So get the rental car, drive the 3 hours, 187 miles to the hotel. My daughter's game is at 7 in Lisbon. We in Porto, 187 miles. Because she told us the first game was going to be in Porto. But no, the first game was in Lisbon. So I get the hotel in Porto, not in Lisbon. So I drive 187 miles, 3 hours to Porto to get there, to rest for a minute, to run to the mall, to buy some jeans, buy some underwear, buy some socks, just to hold me over till my luggage come. Because they said it was going to be on a flight to the airport in Porto for tomorrow. Then to take a shower, because it's been 48 hours since I've had a shower. I feel like a homeless person. Probably smell like one too. You talking about challenges? But oh, it gets even better. It gets better, y'all. Because right at that moment, my iPhone goes to black screen of death. I ain't got no phone. I still ain't got no phone. Well, I can't text y'all, can't check WhatsApp, can't do nothing. How many of you right then would have quit? You international, your phone and went out. They done lost your luggage. You ain't had a shower in 2 days. You had to sleep in the airport. They canceled your car rental and they canceled your hotel. How many of y'all would have quit right then? And then think about this. What if you ain't had the money to be able to go shopping and get other clothes? So now, get the clothes, shower. Of course, we in Europe, y'all. Portugal is beautiful. The sizes ain't the same. I get the double X shirt. Triple X shirt is really like an XL. Them boxer briefs I got, double X was really large. So I got on some booty shorts. And the Levi jeans ain't really Levi. I feel uncomfortable, clothes too tight. and I go to this game. But in the midst of me going to this game, I'm also blessed to say that I watched my daughter play overseas.
All right.
Through all that, I'm like, man, my daughter's actually balling, and they can't stop her. Now her jumper won't fall, and she had a good, decent 7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. I mean, it's decent. But I'm just watching her play against professionals, and the team they played was the #1 team in the league. That team, her team only practiced one time together, and they hung with her for the first 2 quarters, and that team put on the Jets and blew them out by 50. They're supposed to. They are a team that's the #1 team in the league, and these girls just met on Sunday, practice Monday, met Sunday, got there Monday, practice Tuesday to play this team on Wednesday. They supposed to lose. They supposed to. So after her game, remember I said my hotel's in Porto. I had to drive 187 miles back to the hotel. So I want y'all to get this. 187 to the hotel, 187 to the game, 187 back. That's basically me driving to DC, home, back to DC, home, all in the same day. And still ain't got no luggage. How many of y'all would have quit? Oh, it gets even better, y'all. It gets even better. So we decide after the game, we go to the airport. Before I drove that mile, I said, look, our luggage is here. I don't want to go on the flight to Porto. I want to get our luggage now. So we go to the little thing. They say, yeah, we have it. It's here, back here somewhere. But we loaded it on the plane to go to Porto. I said, no, we're going to wait for that. So we waited at the airport after her game. Granted, her game was at 7, didn't start till 9. Referees were late. So game over at 10. We at the airport till 12, 1 o'clock to get this luggage. Because I was like, I need my luggage. Get the luggage at 2 o'clock in the morning to drive the 3 hours back. So get to Porto at 5 a.m. How many of y'all would just quit, yo? Oh, it gets even better. So the next day, slept about 2, 3 hours. We got a chance to kind of see Porto, went here, went there, went everywhere, went to a cathedral. I'm talking about, man, like the pictures. We sat outside, we had drinks, we drank, smoked. I smoked cigars. I was like, well, we making the best of this. We went the next day, we went to the vineyard, had lunch at the vineyard, had some of the best wine in the world, 2 hour ride, then had a river boat ride where we walked through the vineyard. The vineyard over here was built in 1850 something. So the grapes from there are from the 1800s. That's the same vine, same everything. This is from the 1900s. And then we had lunch with people from England, people from Italy, people from actually Puerto Rico, people from the Switzerland, people from Netherlands. We having lunch at a table and just experiencing good wine, good food, good people. I said, you know what? This is a great trip. Got my clothes. Great trip. Still ain't got no iPhone, y'all. After that, we got a chance to see my daughter play again. But I get an email, and that email says Agent A, who recruited Agent B, and Agent B, who recruited Agent C. Agent A and B ain't here no more, so Agent C is now your downline, and we're going to roll a significant amount of debt to you. When I say significant, I'm going to tell you $34,000 in debt plus the 10. So $44,000 in debt. I ain't got no cell phone, can't call nobody. I'm sending emails to the carriers. Hey, you need to investigate that. He wasn't under me, but Kendall, because of XYZ, so and so, he's in your downline. That's your debt. I'm emailing back. I said, I'm going to enjoy the rest of Portugal. We went out, did some stuff. That night when I got in, I checked. And yeah. So I said, you know what? But I'm going to explain something to y'all. I feel like, I don't know if you believe in God or you don't. I do. I feel like God was like, you know what, Kendall? I know that debt is going to come. You're going to get this email. So what I'm going to do is you're going to miss your flight. You ain't going to have your luggage. You're going to have to drive like crazy. They're going to cancel your hotel, cancel your car rental. Because if you had saw that email in the beginning of your trip, it would have messed up your whole trip. But after you saw that email, after all the stuff you went through, you was like, man, I don't care about that. I'm going to make it happen. But how many of y'all would have quit right there? See, things in life happen that you have no control over. Either it's gonna build you or you're gonna wilt. Either you're gonna fight through it or you're gonna give up. I had a give up moment. I had a moment where I had to sit. I almost wanted to cry. I was like, but then I thought about it. What if I was here by myself with no cell phone? I can't, get into your banking app and hey, we're gonna text you the code to your phone. Can't do that. And then checking your plane itinerary on your app. Oh, I ain't got no app. Can't print it. Then checking this. Oh, you ain't got no phone for that. I'm like, what if I was here by myself for 5 days with no cell phone? Can't call nobody. And I'm driving these 3 hours. And my phone, I get a flat tire. I can't call nobody. And I'm in another country, don't know nobody, don't speak Portuguese. Now, granted, a lot of people in other countries, they speak English. That's something else we slipping on as Americans because they speak English very well, and we can't speak English at all. And they speak multiple languages, and that's something we slipping on. But the fact is, things happen that you can't control. The question you should be asking yourself, what are you going to do when that happens to you? Are you going to wilt or are you going to stand strong? And it's all right to have a moment where you like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Where you have a pity moment. I had my pity moment. I had to sit there, like I sat on the side because those Uber drivers and Lyft drivers. There was this other guy say, "I'll take you there for 250." But I was scared he was trying to set me up and rob me. So I went inside the airport. He was following us around. I said, "Nah, I don't like how this look." But the thing is, things happen for a reason. I had a great trip, great experience. We hung out in Lisbon yesterday, went all over the place, you know, had a good time, good food. And it just made me realize that because of this business, it allowed me the ability to travel international. It allowed me the ability to go watch my daughter play and live her dreams playing basketball. It allowed me to have all those shortcomings to sit there and be like, you know what, it's okay. You know what? I'm gonna figure it out. But I had to grind, I had to scratch, I had to fight, I had to work when I didn't want to work, I had to dial when I didn't want to dial. I had to deal with chargebacks and roll up debt. I had to do all that stuff to be in a position. You're like, you know what? I'm all right. Because the only conversation I really had with Nat was at the game two, and text because she has an iPhone. And I got iPhone, so I could text her through my laptop late at night. And I told her about what was going on. She said, man, you having a rough trip? I said, nah, we still having a great trip. And then I told her about the debt. And you know what she said? You know what my daughter said to me? She said, this ain't nothing you ain't used to. You built for it. That's what she said to me. She said, this ain't nothing new. It's not nothing you ain't used to. You built for it. My 24-year-old daughter says that to her dad as encouragement. And some of y'all get 400 and 500 in debt and you ready to fold like a taco or a bed sheet. Life smacked you upside the head because you laid on a car pavement and you ready to fold in the towel like, oh, well, it's me. You can't buy your kids school clothes. You sad about that instead of going out here and working. So what are you gonna do? It's June. Are you gonna fold like a taco? Or are you gonna stand strong like an oak tree? Are you gonna put the foot to the grass, pedal to the metal, foot in the sand, dig in and make it happen? Or just gonna talk about maybe next year is my year? Now I know some of this is not gonna reach everybody, and somebody gonna say, man, that's why I don't want to build. That's exactly why I don't want to build nothing. Because I'm worried about, you know what? If you're scared and worried, you don't need to. But I'll say this again. You can be a top producer all you want. But if you had a stroke today and you couldn't speak, how much of life insurance you gonna sell? You ain't got no voice. You can't articulate your words. You can't move your hands. You can't even type. Well, Jason had eye surgery last week. The doctor said he cannot read or drive for 2 weeks. He got on the computer anyway one day and it strained his eyes and his eyes was hurt. Let me ask you a question. If you lost your sight today, how much life insurance could you sell? Once you get over the pity, because you're going to be sad for yourself. I would be sad for myself. Let's be real. I'll be sad. But once you get over that, and then you got to learn how to read Braille, what kind of business you got running when you can't do what you used to do? You got to learn a new skill to do what you used to do. Because I know in the midst of all that stuff I was going through, I still made $9,000 for the week because I built a business. So that's what I want to share with y'all. I am still not in a position to talk to nobody. I will get my phone straight as soon as I get back. I'm gonna go to the Apple store, figure this thing out, get me a new phone. Then I'll be able to communicate with you. Hopefully by Tuesday I'll be up and running 100%. So Crystal, that's all I wanted to add. Crystal didn't even know all that stuff.
Yeah, you
Like,
told me 90% of it though. So, but one thing, just want to remind this team, and we talk about it on Morning Mindset, guys, is you have to be mentally prepared, right? For just about anything that may happen to you. Kendall talked about his travel, and some of us are having challenges right here in your own city. Okay. Right? You're having challenges in your own house. And sometimes you just don't feel like getting up. Sometimes you want to throw in the towel. You want to sit, you want to cry, you want to kick, you want to scream. But remembering your why is what pushes you. Remembering your why is what helps you to stay focused. And like, honestly, this was a rough week for us. We're dialing, we're doing things. We are encouraging this team and coming out of closeout week and like getting ready for another closeout week. Like it's a lot sometimes, but we're leaders and we lead and we stand strong. And we do that because we know what the goal is. We understand that the prize on the other side is far greater. So I want you all to, this week, if you're committed to push, you're committed to keep going forward. Throw me some fire signs in the chat. Like, you've been down before. You done had a rough time. We ain't worried about last week. Last week is back there. We're going to leave that sucker back there. We're going to move forward, right? So drop some fire signs in the chat. If you are still determined, you're still gung-ho, you're full speed ahead, you're locking arms with us. You're like, you know what, Crystal, I'm with you, girl. I understand. Yeah, I want to cry, but you know what? If you can make it, I can make it. If you can get up, I can get up. If you can stand up and get on here, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to get up here too. If you feel that way, then drop some fire signs in the chat. I want to see that
hey,
because
Crystal.
we're a team, y'all. Yeah, go ahead, Kendall.
Yeah, somebody said that's why you're supposed to get to your gate 2 hours early. I don't know who
I
said that,
responded.
but I
Back
just
then. It was a
you can't get
transfer.
to you can't get to your gate 2 hours early if you're sitting on a tarmac for 2 hours.
Yeah, it was he was on a transfer. I don't think he understood.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I'm not new to traveling.
And so, that's another thing too, guys. In this journey of this business, you're going to have some trips and turns. You're going to have something. How many of us have had some big appointments, air quote, big appointments set up and they didn't go through? They didn't fall through, right? That is literally Kimball at the gate. Like he's right there. I'm right there. Some of us are right there. And then boom, there's the challenge happens. And so I'm asking each of you to make an elective decision that it doesn't matter what the challenge is. I'm still going this way. I'm still going forward. I'm still going to persevere. I'm still going to be in it. I am so proud of PJ for getting on a plane and traveling all the way across the country to go to Ignyte. He needed to see that. He needed to be there. He made the sacrifice and he went. And I'm proud of him as a new agent for doing that. Why? Because it shows me that he's going this way. He's going forward. He's not going to allow himself to just sit and stay stuck.
Amen.
So if you feeling like you stuck, think about if you got to think you on the runway and ain't nothing wrong with it. You are at the right gate, team. You're at the right gate. You have the right vehicle. We got the right pilot. You got the right co-pilots here. We got the right system in place. We're all in. All gas, no brakes, team. It is halfway through the year. All gas, no brakes. I'm going to leave it right at that. I ain't got nothing else to say.